there guys! Today I'll be bringing you a video showing you why thrift stores are awesome. Now, if you are an airplane fan, it's probably why you're here, and you also would probably enjoy all the things on this table. Now, believe it or not, all of these I have found at my local Value Village and Goodwill. Yes, I have found all of this at thrift stores, and my mind is blown every single time I find something like this. But the first thing is the most recent item that I got, which is an Alaska Airlines book. It's a very nicely printed book, and brand new. It's $39 used. Come on, focus. There we go. But this is probably my most favorite aircraft book now. It basically goes over the history entirely of Alaska Airlines history, and it has 727s in there, which I think is amazing because, first off, it's my favorite plane, and it is the best plane in the world. Now, there's some pictures in here which I wish were posters, because these pictures are amazingly amazing, just absolutely beautiful. I would pay good money to have a poster of one of these pictures in here. The entire book is absolutely beautiful. Now, moving on to more books. This seems like a pretty bland blue book, but it actually has like entire cutaway drawings of modern commercial aircraft. Now, I say modern commercial aircraft, but this book is about 25 years old, so at least 25 years old, I'd say. I think I remember the print saying like 82, so yeah. But the oldest Boeing jet in here is a 767, which shows its date right there. And as you saw, it had an old Southwest livery. But these two posters, I think, are probably the most unique. I've never seen, what do you want to call it? It's not a print, but art like this. But as you can see, this is a Constellation. It has the specs on the back, and this actually is an old paper. It's not some fake remake or anything. I've looked it up online. So I have Constellation, then we have an Electra right here. But this isn't the Electra that I would think of if you said Lockheed Electra. I would think of the twin-engine smaller craft, which I prefer, if anything. I think that plane looks a lot better. And I haven't gone over price. I've completely neglected this. But this book right here, I still have the tag on it. I bought this at Value Village. Let's see if I can show the price. It's $3.99. There we go. Now, these two larger prints, I think they're a little more expensive. They were like $12 each, which is quite a bit, but I looked it up, and online they're going for like $35, so it's not a rip-off. And I actually found a DX5E at Value Village, and it didn't have a battery cover, which kind of sucked, but if you know, these are $60 brand new without a receiver, and this one was without a receiver, but it was, I think, $15 or $20, which is less than a third of the price. But you can see brand new. There we go. $59.99. So there's hardly any dings. The only downside is there's a scratch in the corner right there, which of course does not affect the capability of it operating. That's the word I was looking for. Then of course there's this model plane, which you probably recognize. The 727, which I have made 2 videos about. One was sort of a jokey video, but the other one was actually going over it. This was $6 or something like that. And then all these little smaller die-cast model planes in the center, I think those are probably the coolest, other than the 727 model. But each of these were, I think, $6 for the smaller ones, and they were $8 for the larger ones because they thought that they were just like toys. I do have one of the boxes here for the P-51. I still kept the price tag on that. It says $5.99. And no joke, I think that somebody in the family had a model collector, and they may have passed away because while I was there, they had at least 55 or 60 models there. I was blown. They literally had 2 shopping carts full of these in the middle of the aisle, and nobody was looking at them. So here I am digging through them, as happy as can be, just looking for something that would fit nicely in my collection, or just unique aircraft. Now, being that the smaller ones brand new are like $18 and the larger run upwards of $22 to $25. Of course, they're not Phoenix models or anything, but they're still highly detailed. I wanted to buy every single one of them, but obviously I could not buy every single one. Right here we have a swordfish. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on the detail in this. If you've heard of these aircraft, you'll know that they're pretty decently detailed. They've got little painted weaponry in the bottom, with, of course, spinning propeller, and detailed cockpit, interior, etc. But I think that these model aircraft are about the biggest steal of mine. And now, if you are still not convinced that you should shop at thrift stores, I ask you, so how far away are you from one? And how much spare time do you have? If you can answer those two questions, I recommend that you put those answers to use. So, I have a calculator right here. If you're still not convinced, I'm going to add up all the total of what this would be brand new and what it actually cost me. So, what the book cost me was $4, plus the two prints, which were $24 in total, plus the DX5E, which was $15, plus the 727 model, which was $6, plus the larger blue book over there, which I think was $2, something cheap like that, and all the postage stamp models. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 smaller ones. 6 times 6 is plus 36, plus the larger ones, which were 8, plus 16. So this entire thing right here cost me $103, which seems like a butt ton of money, but it isn't really when you think of how much these would be brand new. And I'm actually going to cut ahead to the video to a scene where I actually have the numbers tallied up for this entire thing. So I'll be back with you in a sec with the retail prices. So, I'm back with the numbers. I've got my calculator here. And I couldn't find anything other than eBay postings for these old prints, and they're selling for $25 each. I'll call them $20 each, so 40 for that, and then 40 for the Alaska book. It said on the back of the book. Then that blue book over there, that's outdated. I'm not even going to price that. Then the DX5E, which is $60 brand new, plus the 100. Actually, that model back there is $175 retail, but that's unopened. And this one is opened, and it's everything's there. It's in great condition, so I'll just consider it 100. Plus 100, and then all of these little models, I found out the prices for like the larger and the smaller models. So the B-52 is $25, the B-24 is also $25, the Swordfish biplane back here is $17, and the Sabre is $16, and the P-51 is $16, and the Starfighter is $16, and the Concorde is $18, then the Junkers, whatever plane that is $18. Oop, plus 18. And that came to $391 for all of this stuff. That's $300 or $391 worth of just plain merchandise. Plain merchandise, except it's whatever. So, if you're still not convinced to go buy things at a thrift store, then I think that you're crazy. But hope you enjoyed, and I'll be bringing more soon. Bye.